I have good news. Our chef just got here, so he's going to fire up the barbecue. I wanted to have it at my house after this, but I found out that I have to be in zombie makeup by 3 o'clock, so we're going to try and and I know that people have other stuff to do rather than drag it all out. So bear with me on this. We have so much stuff to go over, and some stuff is still in the works with regard to specific box assignments or team position assignments. But the first thing that I wanted to talk about was the clinic operation and the logistics. And if everyone can just kind of listen up, I'll tell you your team position and the role. It is a little bit flexible. If there's something that you guys are passionate about, it's like, man, I'm no good at this, but I would love to do this, just let me know. It's completely flexible. Darlene Bradley, this is our RN team. Darlene Bradley is our nursing supervisor, and working in the triage section is our collection of nurses, and that consists of Sandy Heiberg.
Do you want to have people look at each other? Because we all don't, when you say those names, we all don't know. So is it appropriate to say?
I think that the people within the teams know each other.
Stand up.
So, all right. So Darlene Bradley, and a lot of people aren't here. We probably have 50% of the team not here. So Darlene. I know. They needed to fly. I actually had one RNP that was going to drive in from Colorado to be here. And I said, you don't have to come. And then David tells me I scared the crap out of Port Tomales Bay. Because I said it's mandatory. And then she thought she would have to suffer my wrath. And so, okay, we have Darlene, who's the nursing supervisor. She's been our long-standing nursing supervisor for ever since the inception of Project Encore. Then we have Sandy, Lisa, Christy Foster from Florida, our lovely Jamie Jamelapek, and Sarom, and then Carrie Allers, who is a world traveler and probably somewhere in Istanbul or something. Carrie Allers. Yeah, I don't think you've met her. Of those people, we have some sub-teams, okay? And I haven't named them all yet, but we have an adult code team. So if something goes wrong and there's a code blue, okay? Brian Kwong, emergency medicine doctor, is going to lead that team. Sarom Trim and Sandy Heiberg are going to be on that code team. So that means we're not going to shut down the clinic just because there's an emergency. The code team will respond to that. The adult transport team is going to consist of one of those two RNs. Sarom or Sandy can work out whichever one wants to go on the transport, plus Kevin Foster, who's Christy Foster's paramedic husband from Florida. Our pediatric code team consists of Christy Foster, Jamela Peck, headed up by Callan Soar, our pediatrician from Northern California, Kaiser. Peds Transport will be one of those RNs plus Joe Green, who loves to go on ambulance rides.
Yeah, you've been there 2 years, so you've been on both.
You know why? I think it's because he loves the photo op.
Yeah.
He's got his wife beater on, he's got his big guns carrying the kid.
Hey, sells a lot of tickets.
It does.
Scrubs.
Scrubs. That's
No scrub, no work.
No scrubs, no work this year.
No scrub.
Okay, so going on then, I'm gonna just name your obvious position based on what your title is, but also the special job that I have in mind for you, okay? Kevin Foster is gonna be part of materials management, which is our fancy thing for supplies. Also safety. Safety is a big thing for us. Some of us originated on a federal disaster team, and we know in a crowd how crazy it can be and how panicked it can be. So we're going to have certain people keeping their eyes out for the safety of our team.
When they say their name, will they raise their hand?
Yeah, and some of the people in here as well.
He's not here.
They're not here anymore.
But if you look really close, you can see him way out there. Okay, so Kevin Foster is materials management. Chet Sock, are you here?
Yeah.
All right, so he's materials management. Pope Rum. Poe is one of our two RTs this year, okay? We are fortunate enough to have two RTs plus a pulmonologist coming. I don't know how much there will be for them to do, but Poe is also one of our major team players on our glasses team, and will be working directly with the ophthalmologist to measure and hand out prescription glasses. Carla Castro.
He's on here.
Okay. Okay, Patty Lou is our team leader for our medicine. That will include pediatrics and adult medicine. We have the Brian Kwong that I mentioned, emergency medicine. Jocelyn Dinsey, she's going to be a nurse practitioner that is working on our fast track. And if you're a PA, Jocelyn, I'm sorry. Sanaz Cordes, she was brought to us by our friend Jennifer, and she's a pediatrician. Greg Shea, peds and pulmonary. Callan Sword, peds. Shinlin Garrett, who was here, but she had to run out on an emergency. She's urgent care PA. Betsy Bangs, urgent care PA. Monica Mao is from Hawaii, and she is one of our internal medicine and peds. And then Sherry Gentile, who's not here, is also going to be on our fast track. Let's see. For our dental team, we have Bonnie and Ping. Ping is right there. She's our dentistry team leader. She just helps coordinate everything. Her husband Ro is one of the dentists. Bonnie isn't here. She's one of our dentists too. We have Lindsay as a dental hygienist and running the X-ray, and then Jenny and Audrey as dental.
Audrey's not here.
Carol Davis is our head of ophthalmology. Dr. David Markman, her mentor and cohort. Thomas Chang of New York is also joining us as an ophthalmologist. Jennifer Wilson is an EMT and sort of field medicine person by trade. But Jennifer is super smart. She's our glasses team leader that will be working directly with our ophthalmology team. Along with Greg Heiberg, retired fireman paramedic. David Bohr, maybe changing from the glasses team to something else he likes. Everybody, David's thinking about medical school, so we'll have to.
Wow.
Do it.
And the lovely Linda Markman is part of our glasses team.
She's the Punisher.
So the poor people on the glasses team, they actually have to endure one more of these training meetings because we're getting this big glasses system and we have to all figure out how to run it. And how to adjust and distribute our 2,000 pairs of glasses. Okay, so for pharmacy, Raja Zaitani is our pharmacy director. We have Suban, who's not here, but she'll be one of our translators. She's also a pharmacy rep by trade. Tamala, Catherine Wong, and Bunny Hawk. And just to go through the rest of this real fast, just so you know what your special teams are. Joe Green is our logistics leader. He's also a floater, so Joe's real good at being resourceful. So at the clinic, if you don't see me, you don't see Narancy, you don't see Kimmy, Joe's a go-to person as far as, Joe, I need something fixed. Or, Joe, I can't get this working. He's the man, okay? He's our logistics leader in that when we get to the airport, and I'll kind of go over this in a few minutes, he's the one who's going to check all your boxes and make sure everything gets there and everything gets off the plane. We have Rick and Nancy Chivler, our translators. Okay, and here's the runners. I'll just go through them real quick. The runners are people that don't have specific assigned jobs, but one of the major things is taking people, leading them from triage to the pharmacy or to the other areas. And that is Nick Markman, Greg Markman, Tim Bradley, Andrew Sersey, Carla Carey, Christine Chang, Jeremy Chang, and possibly the Dean kids.
They're my assistant. I need them.
You need all four?
Just the two of the slaves. The two young ones. They have a lot of energy.
If you guys have any questions on as far as where should this patient go, this man here, Jay Peck, who I'm not going to pick on because I like this guy, he's in charge of patient flow. He has an incredible ability to be able to just organize where people go. And doing what he does, I guess that would come natural. He's a natural organizer.
Little brown boxes.
All right, so enough of the boring stuff. Okay, so you guys know your side jobs, and if I didn't name you off specifically, just to know that I don't probably have a specific job assigned for you yet. Some of that stuff will be on a sort of as needed as we get out there. Okay, that was the boring part. So here's the good stuff. Okay, logistics and equipment handling at the airport.
Wait, hold on a second. So I will be there, right? And then Rich is also going to be there, but then also Kimmy. Stand up. A couple people. So all three of us, if you need something, it's all three of us, right? If you can't get it, so these are. So if I'm not in the clinic, you know who to go to, right?
Right.
And then Joe.
Right.
Okay. If you
And
need.
as long as he's talking about those people, there are 4 or 5 key masters, okay? In other words, if there's a door you can't get in, Kimmy will have a key, he'll have a key, I'll have a key, and Joe will have a key, okay? And Greg Heiberg, of course. I didn't get a chance to introduce Kimmy. Kimmy's our illustrious treasure. She's the one that keeps these 2 Chinese guys honest.
More specifically, she keeps him from spending money.
It's like my wife! I know, I wish all this stuff was on sale at Kohl's. It'd make it so much easier.
If it wasn't for Kimmy, we wouldn't have Rich would have all the toys he wanted.
I'm happy this year. I'm happy this year. I am really happy that I think most of the stuff that we have now is quality stuff that we don't have to buy year after year because it breaks. I'm also happy because we have a good start on that whole new project, which I won't even get into, that all of you know about. It's really exciting. So I'm so happy you guys are here. Okay, so personal luggage packing and small gifts. Now, those of us that have gone to Cambodia before know that everything is really cheap there. It's so hot there, you don't need to bring a whole lot of clothes. So most of us can get by with a carry-on. But I'll leave that up to you guys. Just pack light because, hey, you're going to want to buy stuff out there anyway. You know, you're going to see shirts like that. Yeah, the Angkor beer shirt. You got to have one of those. And so you just don't want to lug stuff
Stand up,
around.
Joe.
My country, my beer.
So just pack intelligently, and you know what you don't have. Okay, well, somebody will have it. Okay. As far as small gifts, I've come to the realization lately that in the last couple of years we have brought little toys, little pockets full of stickers and stuff, and that kind of stuff is great. If you guys see ABC books, English ABC books, in little elementary reading books, stuff like that is awesome. And I'll tell you about a film that I just watched the other day that made me actually realize this. Okay, so I actually need some help with this. Could you help me with
Before
that?
you go on that, can I just
What?
elaborate on that? The thing with
Stand up,
the
stand up.
bags, taking a large bag, what I've done the last couple of years, and I'm just throwing it because it works for me, is I pack my bag with coloring books and crayons and toothpaste or whatever I can get away. A large suitcase. What I take to wear goes in a carry-on. Then when I'm there and I get rid of all that stuff, I have somewhere to put the souvenirs to bring home. So it kind of works that way. I don't know if you're trying to keep people to minimize their luggage or not, but if you do,
I
take
do.
a
I
big
want
bag,
it all.
If you
Minimize,
take a
bring
big-
everything.
if you did take a big bag, that's a cool idea to do.
But speaking of big bags,
Oh,
Oh, wow.
she's looking at you funny, Rich. She's gonna kick you in a minute.
speaking of bald fat Chinamen, no, speaking of big bags, we are at a critical point right now. We have just about as many bags as we have carriers, okay? And one of the problems that we're having this year is so many carriers, potential luggage carriers, are from out of state. So they're going to be taking direct flights, and we don't want them to, well, even if they're on a different flight, if we give them stuff, they might have it taken away in customs, or they may have to, pay a huge bribe to be able to get the stuff through. So it's important that all the stuff get together. So at this point, I would like the hands of people who think that they can make it with one personal carry-on and actually take a second check-in bag of Project Angkor stuff.
I mean, Joe was
You guys are a special case. I have boxes. I'm still working directly with Cathay Pacific because you guys have a higher weight limit.
Yeah.
And so,
You
you
can
guys, I
bring
thank
it
God
on.
you guys are flying with me.
All right, bring it up.
Okay, so who can bring a second bag? Perfect. So those are the people I need marked down.
Oh,
So that's Sandy Hyberg.
this
That's
is
David
not,
Bohr. Lisa Brenneman. I'm sorry, I'm going too fast.
yeah, David,
Uh-huh.
You guys are all on the May flight, right?
Yeah.
Jennifer,
In case you don't know where he's going
what's
with
Jennifer's
this,
name?
the box is equal
Wilson,
to
there
large
she
bag.
is.
Yeah, I understand.
Wilson Wynn. Okay, one more time, guys. Lisa Brenneman
Janice. Janice.
and Janice
Rosner.
Rosner. And I already know that Narancy's taking 2. I'm taking 2. Toom's taking 2.
Two taking
Michelle and
two.
I are probably-
Yeah.
Kitty, are you taking two?
Well, I have a clothes that I'm gonna give away already. I have
Janice?
two already.
Right. Janice,
Us there.
yeah, Joe and Michelle. And Michelle's not here, but just put two check marks for him. Okay, thank you very much, guys. Now, as far as box assignments, okay? Just about everybody will be taking home a box today. These are pre-weighed, pre-sorted, and already has your name on it. The weight is written in the lower right-hand corner, the content is written in the middle, and your name is on the left-hand side. One thing to say about that, the law is, did you pack your own box? These are already sealed. If you feel so strongly that you want to open up, I am totally cool with that. I have plenty of packing tape. But if you want to take my word for it and you guys pack it yourself, I have a list of what's in every box. Okay? Just let me know. It's completely no big deal to me. Thanks so much. So here's how it's going to work then at LAX, okay? Just so it's not chaos. You guys will check your own boxes into the luggage counter when you check in, okay? Then you'll give Joe a call, or else she'll find Joe and say, Joe, yes, my stuff is in, okay? In past years, we've had everybody pile up everything and try to check it all in, and people were passing boxes back and forth, and it was chaos. Everybody's responsible for their own box. You do not give your box to another person and say, here, check this in, because you're standing there 5 people ahead of me. You've got to check in your own box, okay?
And hold on to your plane check.
Right. As soon as your box is checked in, you will let Joe Green know, okay, and then everybody get Joe's number today, okay? If you have trouble checking it in, for instance, for some reason it's overweight, for instance, they say, well, that item's not allowed. I want you guys to get a hold of Narancy, okay? Narancy will be in close contact with Matana, and he'll just make sure everything goes smoothly there, okay?
Wouldn't it be more efficient because we're just already calling Joe? If there's a problem, call Joe and have Joe call Narancy? I mean, 'cause that-
No, that's just more of a chain.
Yeah,
Narancy and Joe will both be out
I'll be there anyway.
That's why you guys got to get there a little bit early to make sure these two guys get through
And
TSA.
There's a problem.
No Narancy, no Joe through TSA, no mission, basically.
Yeah.
Okay? Okay, so you guys have a good time, eat, watch plenty of movies. Get to Phnom Penh Airport. You retrieve your own box. After you retrieve your own box, if you're a doctor, a nurse practitioner, you will go find Patty Lou, your team leader. Bring your boxes over and stay together. Okay? If you're dental, you'll stay with dental. If you're ophthalmology, you'll stay with ophthalmology. If you're nursing, same thing. And if you're in the other group, and I'll have this list ready for everybody. Everybody will get an email with the complete team roster on it. Go hang out with your people. As soon as your team leader understands that or acknowledges that all your boxes are there, Joe will be coming around and saying, okay, are all your boxes here, all your boxes here? As soon as Joe checks off from everybody that all the boxes have arrived and accounted for, Narancy will lead everybody through customs at once with his muscles, with his Cambodian gang. Any questions?
Yeah, the boxes don't have packing slips on them,
They do not.
so if somebody were to say what is in a specific box, you would be able to, and they said, did you pack? Don't you have to know what's in there? Other, what do you say, medical
No,
equipment,
they're open.
No.
supplies?
There, on each box, there is a general description of what is inside, right? But I also have a list, which I'll be supplying you, of the specifics inside. Now, please know that this list isn't count for count as far as, 137 Band-Aids. It's gonna say a box of Band-Aids, a gross of cotton balls, but you'll know what's in there. Yeah, right, exactly. Also, just so you guys know what's in the box, there's only probably 8 different kinds of boxes, but there's redundant supplies of those boxes. So there's an adult medicine box 1, 2, and 3. In case one gets lost.
Are we going to discuss the layout and flow once we get there, or here?
There.
Yeah, but we can discuss it here if you want. It's sort of up in the air. We have intel and pictures of what it looks like. I'm gonna get there a week early, and just really start setting up. So I don't know exactly, but we have an idea of where triage is gonna be, where dentistry is gonna be in adult medicine, and where the waiting area is. And I can shoot you guys a map just so you can get a general idea.
The reason I asked is like last year, we were like, we started the cut, and Dave was having a hard time like figuring it out. And then people were just like roaming around. It was organized, but it would have been nicer if it was a little more like straight flow.
Right.
I'm just curious.
We'll definitely do the best we can. We have a lot of people that can act as safety/security. We can also ask them to rope it off a little bit better. Because we definitely don't want triage to get mobbed, but then again, we don't want to bottleneck it, and I think just like any clinic/rock concert, it's gonna get a little out of hand, So, but yeah, we'll do our best. But if you have any, good suggestions on specifics on how to fix it, let us know. Okay, so then after Naranci leads us through customs, then everybody's gonna gather at the curb. At that point, the bus or / parade of tuk-tuks will be there, and we'll all go to the hotel, okay? At that point, I need just the logistics team, plus a couple of guys that I haven't named yet. We have to go to Danny's, because we have to do something with the boxes. We can't expect everybody to load all these boxes upstairs to the hotel and we can run back down the next day. So we'll keep them there for safekeeping. So any questions on airport to airport travel?
Oh, one thing, which is, when I'm going to do is collect your passports, but before you get on the bus, make sure you get your passport back from me, right? So that's critical. You don't want to leave without your passport. So you don't want to leave the airport and I forgot your passport in immigration. So don't get on the bus without it.
Okay. Oh, okay, telephones. Our team does have some telephones. When I get there, I'm actually gonna have to go to the Metro Cell company and actually get more minutes and stuff. If anybody, for instance, the deans who are gonna be there,